Have you ever found yourself staring at a calendar filled with commitments or a to-do list that seems impossible to conquer? Imagine yourself sitting at the kitchen table or perhaps at your desk, gazing at this calendar or list that seems to take on a life of its own. It might feel like it's mocking you, each unchecked box a reminder of yet another task requiring your attention, another obligation that refuses to be ignored. Sometimes, it feels like life asks more from you than you feel you can give. In those moments, you might wonder how anyone can juggle so many responsibilities without feeling like they're precariously balanced on the edge of a cliff. Responsibilities at work might demand that you consistently show up, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. Projects need your input, deadlines loom large like shadows that won't fade, and meetings fill your calendar, requiring your focus and determination. Perhaps your commitments to family weigh heavily on your mind as well, each interaction requiring a part of you that is already stretched thin. Your friendships, too, might need nurturing, not in grand gestures but in small, everyday interactions. Texts to respond to, outings to plan, support to offer when it's needed. And what about your personal aspirations? Those dreams and goals that light a fire in your heart often compete for your attention, whispering reminders not to forget them amid the chaos. Balancing all these demands can leave you feeling stretched thin, like you're juggling too many balls at once, never quite sure when they'll all come crashing down. In those moments when your energy wanes, when you feel as if you've given all you can and still it isn't enough, doubt may begin to creep in like an unwelcome guest that simply won't go away. You may wonder if you have enough strength to meet the challenges ahead, if you'll ever find a sense of equilibrium or peace in the middle of so much motion. Perhaps there's a particular problem that looms large in your mind, one that seems insurmountable given your current resources. It might be a project at work that feels beyond your capacity to complete, or a family issue that seems to have no solution. These feelings of inadequacy can be overwhelming, wrapping around you like a heavy cloak, clouding the path forward and making it hard to see anything clearly. But take a moment to reflect. Within the limits of human strength and understanding lies an opportunity to see life with new eyes. Imagine for just a moment withdrawing from the frenzy of obligation, even if only in your mind, and allowing yourself to consider something beyond the immediate pressures of tasks. Take a deep breath and imagine the presence of Jesus, gently beside you. It's not a distant presence that requires fanfare to access, it's intimate and close, quietly offering a calming assurance. His presence isn't distant or hard to reach. It's a calming assurance, close enough to touch your heart if you pause long enough to notice. It's in these moments of quiet reflection that you might find a new perspective or a bit of peace, knowing that you aren't alone in the whirlwind. Think about those everyday tasks and concerns that often demand your energy and attention. Maybe it's as simple as trying to get the kids ready for school when they're in no mood to cooperate, each child needing something different from you. Patience for one, encouragement for another. There could be those moments of tension in the household, when you're trying to navigate the morning rush and everything feels just one step away from unraveling completely. Or the awkward tension that lingers in the air when a conversation with a loved one turns heated and unresolved, hanging over you like a cloud that seems impossible to dispel. Even grappling with decisions about your future, trying to make the right choice, carries its weight, often leaving you feeling uncertain and worried about what comes next. These are the very moments that can feel like small hills turning into impossible mountains. If you let your imagination drift back to past experiences, you might remember attempts to gain control over these situations, times when you strategized, planned meticulously, and still felt the rug pulled from beneath your feet. And in those gaps, the echoes of frustration, like when you feel you have given everything but it wasn't enough, resonate deeply within you. It's there, in that vulnerable reflection, that you'll find a yearning for something more, a strength beyond your own. You might recognize that despite your best efforts, there's a limit to what you can manage on your own, and that perhaps seeking help, whether divine or earthly, isn't a sign of failure but rather a part of being human. Consider Jesus as there with you, quietly witnessing your struggle and patiently waiting to lift what feels unbearably heavy from your shoulders. His gaze isn't one of judgment or expectation. It's an understanding look, filled with empathy and unwavering support. He sees not just your efforts but also your pains and the intentions behind every action. He understands the motivations, the fears, the hopes that accompany your journey through life. This is where the impossible begins to transform, not because the obstacles disappear, but because you aren't facing them on your own. Reflect on scenes from your life, those moments that seem to demand more than you're capable of giving. Picture that tense phone call you dread but know you need to make, where your nerves flutter and your voice shakes just a bit. Or the job interview where you question your adequacy, wondering if you're presenting the best version of yourself or if your nerves will betray you. In moments like these, when doubt and uncertainty loom large, remember that Jesus is beside you in each difficult situation where solutions seem scarce. His ability to do what seems impossible is not bound by the complexities that limit human effort. For him, the path isn't obstructed by doubt or fear. Contemplating this, consider what small, everyday miracles might look like. It could be the unexpected forgiveness that reaches both giver and receiver with healing, opening a path to reconciliation and restored relationships. Or perhaps it's sudden clarity in a muddled situation, where answers appear almost out of nowhere, bringing relief and reassurance. Sometimes it's as quiet as a peaceful acceptance of what is, a moment where the struggle finds a temporary resting place, and you're able to breathe a little easier. You start to see these aren't mere coincidences or strokes of luck but evidence of a gentle power working quietly behind the scenes. When you draw closer to Jesus, the idea of handing over the impossible becomes less daunting. It's an intimate act, like sharing a secret or confiding a worry. You might imagine speaking softly, admitting to your struggles and fears, allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Letting him into your struggle is like opening a window to let in light and fresh air, allowing the stale, oppressive atmosphere of worry to dissipate. It changes the atmosphere of your heart and mind, opening space for hope and possibility to enter once again. In practical terms, maybe it's relinquishing control in areas where you feel stuck, acknowledging that you're human and can't do it all on your own. Breathing deep, and simply whispering, "Jesus, I need you." This simple confession isn't a sign of weakness, but rather an acknowledgement of truth, being truthful about your humanity. It opens the door for his strength to move through it, doing what you cannot on your own. You begin to appreciate that admitting your limitations can be an act of strength, one that allows for divine assistance in unexpected ways. The very concept of what is possible expands as you trust Jesus more fully. You may find that solutions appear not from your own efforts but in unexpectedly simple ways. A random act of kindness from a stranger might brighten a dark day, reminding you of the goodness that exists beyond your immediate ability to fix everything. Small moments of beauty or kindness that you may have overlooked start to mean more, offering reassurance and encouragement just when you need it most. Allow this idea to settle gently into your heart. With God, nothing is impossible. You aren't required to map out the path single-handedly. You aren't expected to be the hero of your life story, fighting every battle alone. The love of Jesus means being held, authentically and intimately, through all your uncertainties. In those times when the road seems steep and rocky, having this reassurance can be a source of great comfort. Remember, too, the times you were certain there was no way out, but you came through, changed, yes, but also strengthened. Those experiences where, despite your fears, you found yourself on the other side, perhaps not in the way you anticipated, but with newfound understanding and resilience. And perhaps you discover that your courage to face impossibilities comes not from the absence of obstacles but from the quiet assurance of knowing you never face them alone. It's in this place of quiet assurance that true strength often resides, the kind of strength that carries you through when you're feeling weary. Now, take a moment to ponder. Where in your life could you allow Jesus to ease the weight, transforming what's impossible for you into something simply handled by God? As you reflect on this, let the gentle invitation to continue growing in faith become part of your journey. Consider those areas that feel overwhelming and imagine what might be possible if they were infused with divine assistance. If it feels right, consider subscribing to stay connected for more conversations like this one, where faith softly meets the everyday. In doing so, you may find not just solace or answers, but companionship on the journey of life.